staying together. And Mr. Jim Rohn says it the best. He said, no one plans to get off course. Would you agree with that? No one says, I'm going to get off the course this week. I'm not going to get off track in business. I'm going to get off track in life. No one intentionally does that. But what he says is we get nudged off course, just little by little, not realizing that we're not going the same direction anymore. And just 1 degrees turn, as they use that example. If you're flying from, I'm in Madrid, Spain right now, and if you're going to come all the way from Las Vegas to Madrid, Spain, if you go wrong direction, just 1%, 1 degree or 2 degree, doesn't seem like a much, when you're just looking at few mile distance, but just 1 or 2 degrees off. And you go the wrong way for 10 hours. You may end up in a different country. You may end up in a different continent, maybe. And that's what happens, I believe, in life as well as in business. And when we're building in a fast moving, fast growing opportunity environment company like Riman is. And we're all independent and we all build our own businesses and we all have different plans of goals that we want to accomplish and achieve and do. However, if we don't even get together once a week, just to spend a little bit of time together to make sure that we're synced in, to make sure that we're going towards the right direction, I think it's very possible to put in the effort, input, and not get the results that you deserve. And that is the reason why you invest an hour of your week, of your time. That's the reason why it doesn't matter if I'm in Las Vegas and it's 9 a.m. Doesn't matter if I'm in Korea and it's 2 a.m. Doesn't matter if I'm in Singapore and it's 1 a.m. And doesn't matter if I'm in Madrid, Spain right now and it's 6 p.m. It doesn't matter. I do my absolute very best to invest my hour of my time with all of you as you're investing an hour of your time together once a week. So let's be intentional. Let's be intentional about being in the meeting, being focused in the meeting, participating in the meeting, and really being connected in the community and connected with the leadership for your own sake, but also for your leaders. And as your team grows, maybe you're the only team leader in your organization right now, but how many of you would love to have 5, 10, 20, 50 team leaders in your team in near future, right? I mean, I really think the greatest rewarding part of our compensation plan is the leadership match bonus. Because when you know that the reason you're getting that $1,000 bonus or $10,000 bonus or some cases $100,000 bonus, the reason you're getting it is because so many people in your team have earned their commission, and that is the reason why you're getting a bonus for being the coach, being making sure that you're constantly sharing the right direction. I think that's the most rewarding compensation piece of our program. And I know that that's what we all want to have. And when that happens, you want to make sure that they're connected with you, they're synced with you, and they're going the right direction with you. And eventually, how many of you would love to have leaders and team leaders in different countries and different continents and different time zones, different language that you can't even speak and understand? I mean, they were making fun of me so much. I tried to do a little greeting in Italian, which I've never tried to even say anything in Italian before. But we're doing an Italy launch event. So of course I'm butchering it. Of course I'm saying everything wrong, embarrassing myself, but just to connect. And how many of you would love to have leaders in countries that you don't speak the language, you don't know the culture, and you're not familiar with, but because Riemann has a weekly team leader meeting system in other regions that's maybe ran by local leadership or maybe local general manager or whatever the case may be, without you being plugged in, without you being the one to give that direction, your leaders could be on the right track and have direction consistently in the Riemann community. And so it starts with me, right? It starts with me. It starts with all of us. And if we don't make the commitment, I can promise you, you will never have a culture in your team of your people making the commitment. And I know sometimes some of the leaders, record and share the recording. I don't believe that recording has the same impact. You can be synced and you can be in line and you can be thinking and sharing the same energy and same focus by watching or recording at a different time. You're already disconnected. Does that make sense to you? And to me, anytime there's a conversation, it's not the information. It's not the conscious words that goes back and forth. It is the subconscious conversation. And that subconscious conversation, when we are in line, when we are together, I believe that it's having more communication and more impact on each other than the information itself. Would you agree with that? So I know you're here, so I'm probably saying this to the wrong group, but I'm sharing it with you so you could share with your partners and your future partners that become team leaders. So we all prioritize once a week, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time, or whatever time zone you're from, that we invest an hour or less of our time together on Monday morning to kind of start off the week together. And let's be intentional about that. Since we just had the Italy launch event and Spain launch event, I thought it will be cool to share with you some of the photos and some of the videos. It was pretty cool. We had a great event in Italy on Friday. Well, unfortunately, I have to say, well, let's see. Let's see here. Can you hear the sound? Sound is okay? We're fine now. So, we obviously had a lot of people there in Italy. It was our very first event. We had, let's see, we had one, two, three, four team leader promotion recognition. It was awesome to watch Italians sharing the opportunity. A couple of them had some experience in direct sales, but a couple of them didn't have any experience in direct sales. One of them owns an IT company. He's an entrepreneur. He's a business person, never had skincare experience, never had direct sales experience, never had any type of a leadership experience, but absolutely caught the vision of Riman and doing an incredible thing, incredible job in the marketplace. And it was very exciting. And we had a couple hundred people there at the launch event. That was awesome. And we also had a great event in Madrid, Spain yesterday. And we had a leadership session. We did managers and above leadership for 2 hours in Italy as well as Spain. And Spain was one day. So we did that in the morning at 11 to 1. And we had the main event of the launch event, which was a longer event, full event in the afternoon. It was incredible. And the energy in the room in Spain was amazing. We had several hundred people there. I believe maybe 700 or 800 people there. It was pretty wild. I was excited they were. Now, I don't know if you know, Spain, they're pretty serious about their soccer. And we didn't know this when this event was planned, that Spain was playing yesterday. Spain was playing yesterday World Cup game, their second World Cup game, same time as our event. And I have to tell you, it was amazing to see hundreds of people there, still there, even though it was same time as the soccer game, the football game, World Cup game, and the energy and the commitment. Now, we finished the event 30 minutes into the World Cup, so they probably got to go home and watch the second half of the game. Spain did win 4-0, which was amazing yesterday. So I didn't feel as bad. If they lose and they're like, "Hey, we lost because I didn't cheer for them," then that would have been a problem. But anyways, it was pretty cool. It was awesome. We have some local leaders that shared their
Disparada hacia
testimonies.
el
It was
director.
awesome to
A ver, la
watch.
competición, ¿cómo vamos, eh? Con eso, hermanos, que nos bien. Denos un aplauso a ella, por favor.
porque este escenario está hecho para hombres. Está lleno de rayas.
Obviously, I have no idea what she's saying,
Yo
but
vengo
yeah,
trabajando con él, apoyándome en él, una persona muy profesional, pues después de casi 10 años al frente de la presidencia, me llama y me dice, Dani, voy a dejar la presidencia o la voy a aparcar. Sí,
we had many new team members already in the market. Jordi, Lydia, Danny, Vanus.
Bueno, a mí me ha encantado lo de Venus, lo de no estar ahí arriba, aquí abajo. A mí que sepáis que no me gusta estar aquí, a ellos les encanta, se les da súper bien. Yo soy todo lo contrario, pero eso también es un ejemplo para mostraros que no todo el mundo es tan bueno como...
Mr. Ivan Tapia came all the way from the United States. He had everybody fired up at the end. Of course, our European General Manager, Mr. Rob Lord, was in Italy and Spain with us. And also, I don't have their intro page here, but if you're in the United States and Canada and Mexico, and if you ever wanted to start sending people in Europe in and participate in European expansion, you're absolutely going to love what is happening in Europe right now. We got to introduce our new sales manager for European marketplace, Haley, and new marketing manager for Riman Europe, Camilla, who just joined the corporate team recently. So they were in Italy with us, they were in Spain with us, and it was incredible. Both of them are just beautiful people. They're capable, they're experienced, they're super passionate, and Haley. Sales manager has a very unique experience. She has extensive background in skincare, makeup, beauty industry direct sales. She started her career as a distributor and she became the top distributor of a beauty skincare makeup company that's an American company operating in UK. And she was a number one leader in UK for a few years. After that, she actually went to go work in corporate in this as a sales leadership role in a company that was also doing skincare and beauty and nutrition. And she was corporate there, supporting all the leaders, working with all the leaders. She's phenomenal, and she's British. She's from London, so of course she speaks great English. For you to be able to directly communicate with. And she just came on board a few weeks ago. Today we had a full day workshop after the event in Spain with our general manager, Mr. Rob Lord, and sales manager Haley and marketing manager Camilla. We spent full day together talking about the marketing and sales and system and support that we want to provide for the leadership and what happens when US, Canada leaders send people to Europe and how we work together and how we have all the teams work together. We went into every component of what the corporate team needs to do to support our business even greater in the marketplace. So you guys are going to love Haley. We're probably going to invite Haley and Camilla to, say hello in upcoming calls for United States for all of you to meet them as well. So if you come across somebody, now see, 2 months ago, we were only in UK. 8 months ago, we were not in Europe. We just started UK literally 7.5 months ago. And now, we're in UK, we're in Spain, we're in Italy, and we are in Ireland. Already, we're operating in 4 countries. And we just announced past weekend that we will be launching our next 3 markets in Europe. So just so you know, August 26th is going to be the pre-launch website going live for France. Anybody excited about France launching? Anybody excited about France launching? Okay. Anybody excited about Germany launching? Anybody excited about Germany launching? Anybody excited about Romania launching? Okay. So France, Romania, and Germany, all 3 countries on August 26th, the pre-launch preparation website is going to go live. Also, we're going to do a live Zoom event to provide updates as well as information and paint a vision of what's going to happen from Germany, France, and Romania. So that is to invite your prospects, your partners who wants to participate in the expansion. We always do this to kick off the preparation of the pre-launch. So that's August 26th. September 9th, mark that date down, is the date that online sign up and the customer order is going to begin for Germany, for France, and for Romania. It's all happening at the same time on September 9th. And on September 16th is going to be the first day where we start shipping the products in those three marketplaces. And of course, from September to October is going to be calculated as 1 month, our first month of business in those three countries. With that, if they become a team leader by the 10th of October, they're going to be able to get team leader compensation for all the volume they do from September 9th until at the end of October and receive their first commission in second week of November. So it's, as you know, it's happening fast. You know, September is just around the corner. Next week, it's going to be July. And from there, 2 months later, we're launching those markets. Things are happening fast. Things are happening very fast. And, you know, and that's one of the reasons why you got to be stay connected, you know, and because you could literally miss one and 2 months later, you're like, oh my gosh, what happened? And this week, oh, anyways, also that sales manager, I cannot wait for you to meet Haley. You're gonna absolutely love Haley, and she's gonna be supporting many of you that are expanding and participating in expansion into Europe market. Camilla is our marketing manager. She also has incredible amount of experience working as a marketing manager in the direct sales and beauty space in Europe for many, many years. But prior to that, she's originally from Ecuador, and she worked for a very large organization in Ecuador in direct sales and beauty space, and where she has great experience there. And why is that exciting? Because she speaks perfect English as well as Spanish and a couple other languages that you know many of you that are maybe building from Mexico and building from Latin America, wanting to participate in European expansion, you could communicate with Camila and have great support as well. And with the launch of Spain, her having the background from Ecuador and Spanish being her first language and English, I know Spain team, I know many of you have teams in Spain, you're going to get great, great support. You know, one thing exciting about what's happening in Spain is the fact that we have so many different groups all participating and doing a great job. You know, of course, you know, Mr. Tim Herr, Mr. Chris Kim, with Mr. Victor Vrenko and Mr. Ivan Tapia having a great team, and Mr. Danny Garcia, who's been building between Spain and Mexico. I see Mr. Danny here. Thank you, Mr. Danny, for doing the translation. You know, during the main launch event, you did an incredible job. Thank you very much for that. Matter of fact, since I didn't know he was going to be here, Mr. Danny, you want to share with us a little bit about some of the experiences that happened yesterday at the event?
Hi, thanks very much. Great to see you, Danny, again today. And hi, everyone. My voice is still a bit broken. Sorry about that, but it was very intense, very much. It was great. Yeah, around 500, 600, 700 people. And as you said, even though it was the Spain very important match for Spanish people, it's incredible. Football is very important. We had an incredible atmosphere, so it was awesome. What can I say? And a pleasure for me, for myself, to be able to translate, to celebrate, and to meet all the team, Rob and Haley and Camila, and obviously Mr. Danny. So thanks very much. Looking forward for the next one.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for that, Danny. And I know Spain, as great as it was yesterday, is just the beginning. And we definitely saw so many future national directors and team leaders in that room. It was really, really exciting. And I think she's driving, but I'm going to bother her anyways. I see Abby here. Abby I know she wasn't physically there, but she had actually some people there, and some of her partners from London also flew in to Spain with some of the guests from Spain. Did you hear from your people that were there at the event yesterday?
Oh yeah, yeah. They were so excited. They said the energy in Spain was unlike anything that they have felt so far. And so, like even the UK people going over there, like my girl expressed, she needed that. Like she needed that boost in like vibration and energy that she got out of Spain. And they're all fired up. So I've gotten a lot of messages today. It's a great event.
Yeah, I went to the lobby to grab some water, grab a drink, and come up. And I ran into her at the right in front of the elevator, and she was just so excited, and she was also exhausted because she's has
Yeah.
been translating,
Yeah.
I guess, for some of her people, and doing meeting after the meeting until 11 p.m.
Mm,
nonstop, pretty much all day. So congratulations. I
thank you.
I thought I saw her earlier, but I know I just know I met so many people. They said, "Oh, I'm from this team. I'm from this team. I work with this leader in the United States." So many of you sent your partners there, and you sent guests there, and I know everybody's working so well together in Spain. It's really incredible to watch. I know Linda had her people there, and I know Dora. I met so many people that told me they're part of your team, Dora. I met so many people that told me they're part of DBK. And there were so many people. They were just part of so many different teams. They told me they're sent from Mexico. There were a couple leaders that flew in from Mexico to be there at the event. Anyways, it was a lot of fun. Now, with Italy and Spain events last couple of days, which was awesome. If you have people in Colombia, Colombia is going to be the 26th. 28th is going to be Chile, and 30th is going to be Peru. Events program is going to be similar, just a little briefer because we have more leadership directors in Mexico that's working in those markets versus in Europe, we don't have any directors yet, so we gave more trainings that we normally would, but we do have a leadership training for managers and above in all three of the markets, and we have a launch event that's going to be presentation and orientation and a little bit of training. It's going to be awesome. So if you know people in Colombia, Peru, and Chile, highly recommend that you really promote. Event, it's not over until it's over. Keep promoting, get people there. You're not going to lose by getting people there. Miss Betty Perez is going to be there. Our general manager from Latin America, Mr. Rodolfo, is going to be there, and it's going to be awesome. And our next two countries that we briefly mentioned that at the Costa Rica retreat, but we've been making official announcements about the launch schedule for Costa Rica and Ecuador during the launch event in those markets as well. If you have people in Colombia and Peru, we're still finalizing. Some of you probably saw the email a few days ago. They are finalizing. Good news is all the products that needs to be delivered now is actually in the country. It was a long process of some regulation, registration, banking, and just a lot of unexpected complications that took place that delayed our shipping schedule. However, for Peru, there is a good chance before the 30th, people are going to be start receiving products. Colombia event is just in a couple of days on the 26th. It's on the ground, but Colombia government is just asking a couple more last documents and things before they allow us to letting us start shipping. So most likely we're going to start shipping in a few days, but there are people that have ordered, they haven't received their products yet. And that's part of launching countries, and that's part of being a pioneer and just kind of managing through that. And that's why we got to keep talking about expecting the unexpected and just really helping them to see why it is important to have a pioneer mindset participating in the pre-launch and the launch. And with that, it's not a problem that has to stop everything. It is a problem that just reminds us to stay focused and overcome and really realize that we are at the beginning and we are at the right place at the right time by being here before anyone else and having that special opportunity of participating in launch. So I think it's important for us to communicate those messages if you have people in Colombia and Peru. Of course, Chile, we've been shipping for over a month. We got a lot of great feedback and a lot of great growth happening in the market. So if you know people in Colombia, Chile, and Peru, let's promote and send them to our 26th, 28th, and 30th event. Of course, we only have few days left. We only have 8 days left, in a month, in this month, and it's going to be very important that we maximize this month. I believe 8 days is enough time. If you ask me, 8 days is enough time for a team leader to make a fresh decision, and even go for 100,000 SP in team leader open group. If you really stop and think about it, if it's just a matter of helping 15 people to become senior manager between now and at the end of the month in next 8 days, which simply is, if you break it down, every day just work with enough people to help two people to become a senior manager. That's it. Between now and at the end of the month, if you could just help each and every day, help two people to become a senior manager every day. Now, you don't do that by working with two people. You do that by having conversation with 10 people, 20 people, 30 people about them making a commitment to become a senior manager, and you supporting and working with them and encouraging them to do so. And from there, a couple people per day doing it between now and at the end of the month, you could literally create 100,000 SP by at the end of the month. There's more reason to do 200,000 SP, 100,000 SP, 50,000 SP, higher volume this month than you've ever done before. Because we have a special promotion right now that gives extra cash bonus that you could have, for your bonus, and maybe use that promotion, to do something with your team for fun, for Vegas convention coming up this coming summer, and just a lot more activities to really drive even more greater momentum for your business. We have a very important convention momentum driving leadership promotion this month, and we got 8 days left. So let's really fully maximize the promotion and really, make sure that every single one of you, whatever tier you're at now, let's move up one or two or three more tiers higher in the promotion and maximize the promotion. And also, this coming Wednesday, 10 a.m., is going to be our 10 months Team Leadership Academy program. This is going to be is it our fifth one? I think it's our fifth one, February, March, April, May. Yeah, so this is going to be our fifth session. I cannot believe we're almost halfway there. So this coming Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time, it's going to be our June Team Leadership Academy. It's going to be very powerful session, and I really want to encourage you to RSVP. Make sure you're available at that time, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Now, that's once a month. We're investing an hour together to grow and develop together. And this is a session that you do not want to miss. So if you have people that are close to becoming a team leader, help them to get it done by Wednesday morning. They can still join us, even though they start earning as a team leader in the month of July. That's one of the great things about the Leadership Academy. So I'm super excited. And I was so inspired between both countries, meeting several hundred brand new people in Italy and Spain, both new markets. I was so inspired about what our opportunity and our products are really doing for people in so many different countries and so many cultures, and seeing them transform, seeing them being emotional, how much the product is changing their lives, and how much our opportunity is changing their lives. It was so inspiring. It was inspiring for me. I think I got maybe more inspired by watching them than us bringing the excitement and the inspiration to them. So we are very blessed. We're very blessed. We're very grateful to have the opportunity we have. We do have something very special. That's what I realize. Every country I go, every city I go, everybody I talk to, I'm reminded every day that what we have at Riman is so special. It doesn't happen every day. It's not available anywhere else. And you and I are right here at a perfect timing to market this and bring this to each community before anyone else. So this is the time. We got 46 days left until Las Vegas convention. It's not a lot of time, but it is enough time that every single one of you that's team leader right now, it's enough time for you to run for director. It's enough time for you to work with somebody to become a team leader before Las Vegas. It's definitely enough time for you to go out there and double and triple up your head count for how many people in your team are going to be with you in Las Vegas for the MGM convention that we're going to be having together on August 7th and 8th and 9th. So let's really finish the month of June strong. Let's make next 8 days count. Let's create more senior managers, more success stories, and also move up your tiers of promotion in next 8 days and make June one of your best months, if not the best month yet in the year of 2026. Mr. Tim Herr, if you have anything to share with us before we close, share your wisdom with us and we'll close the call.
You got me excited. I know that Wednesday's call. I can't wait for that. I know that Wednesday is going to be great. Getting a chance to be able to get some next level mentoring and coaching. Everybody looks forward to that. But you talk about closing the month out. This is what we live for, right? Everybody lives for the close of the month, and we have so much fun at the end of the month. And right now, I think with this momentum bonus, right now, all the team leaders are pushing hard, obviously, to be able to get to the next tier. So it's going to be an amazing close. We're going to have such a strong close of the month right now. There's so many impending events right now that everybody's promoting, right? With obviously helping everybody unlock their unit level, helping everybody qualify for the retail bonuses, helping everybody get to senior manager, get to manager. Everybody's just running right now. And this is going to be, I believe, is going to be such an amazing close at the end of the month. And everybody right now is tracking their business, looking at where they're going to need to be pulling their volume from. And we're going to be running hard this month to close out big. So I know that with the promotions in place, with the convention right around the corner, July 1st, the pricing goes up for the tickets. It's the last time to get the discount for the registration for Vegas. So I know everybody's going to be getting as many people to register for Vegas as possible before obviously the end of the month too as well. It's just going to be so much fun closing out this month. I always look forward to the close of the month. We do so much volume. My mentor told me, said, hey, you can make up a month's worth of production in a week, and you can make up a week's worth of production in a day. So we're going to be running all out massive action to close it out. Everybody's made up their mind and their heart to say, hey, this is it. This is my time. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to step up. I'm going to get the job done. This is our time to make some incredible things happen. So Mr. Danny Bay, I'm fired up. I appreciate the call. I can't wait for Wednesday to get some great notes on your amazing training. I know you're going to have prepared for us. So the timing is right. Let's give it everything we got as we close out. And I'm just fired up like never before, Mr. Danny Bay. Thank you for your commitment. We appreciate you going all around the world, lighting Riman on fire. We're going to make it happen all together. Thank you, Mr. Danny Bay.
Thank you very much. Have a great week. Have a great day, everyone. And we'll see you Wednesday. God bless.